Okay, like normal. Chance to digest the film yesterday. A couple things on really each phase. Started defensively. Proud of the effort. Really throughout the night, I thought the guys executed the plan. The run fits, changing things up, making it physical. Run into the ball. You look at the third down plays. I mean, they were one of 10, including a fourth down stop. I mean, but huge part too is the fourth season high, 2 turnovers, take the ball away twice. One of them sets up a touchdown. That was great to see. Still, I just want to be able to finish better. In the call it the 2-minute drill there at the end of the game. Offensively, I thought Alessi again played pretty tough in that pocket. Believe it was only 2 sacks, but avoided, took some serious hits. Thought he did a good job with the ball again in regards to taking care of it. Besides the one there at the end of the half, and that really the play was not executed. That's not totally on him. Tight ends had a nice game, contributing in the pass game, but again trying in the run game. That's a physical, good group on defense. They do what they do. Nothing on the film yesterday, just like glaringly they changed, and schematically Iowa just knows what they are and play a high-end defense, and we did not have enough fourth quarter-wise offensively. Got to get some first downs, get the clock moving, and we were not productive there in the fourth quarter. Obviously, on the special teams early, we're covering it. Liked the challenge going in, but wanted to adjust there. Was pleased with the offense getting the punts executed when they did. But then obviously in the forward with the second half on the execution of special teams needed to be better and made a difference on a couple of plays field position wise there. So that's kind of recapping those things. Again, regrouping yesterday, Sunday, in regards to this team. Another opportunity this weekend. I do think they're going to be excited about playing one more time here in Detroit, knowing this was on the schedule, big time place. Guys get from the state or from out Detroit or just outside of it. Guys are excited about that opportunity, and the opportunity is to play a Maryland team that's got a bunch of weapons on it. They've been a rough path similar to us and all of that, but I know they're going to want to finish things the right way, and we got an opportunity to do it with them. Young quarterback, it's pretty electric. They've been great and really taken the ball away. We're going to defensively, what they've created, turnover-wise, one of the best in the country, so they're going to have our full attention that way.
Questions? Sorry, Matt. Chow, do you ever been to Port Cue before?
No, I have not.
It just, I guess, we're seeing to ask you this is about the same question every week, but how you see the T first time with, there's just one kick left in the schedule. Play 5 minutes.
Yeah, yesterday, consistent, I'll say, consistent in, disappointment, consistent understanding that a play or two would have made a difference. I love the idea of the ownership in regards to all 3 phases, seeing how they contributed to having us tightly in that game, and then contributed to this coming up just a little bit short. All 3 phases could take some ownership that way. And I have no other way to look at it besides the way they've gone. Call it the last month. I totally anticipated they're going to blow up again, back to work tomorrow morning, and come out flying around, excited to play and finishing things great this Saturday.
And 8 straight losses is obviously a lot. As a coach, will you hear rumblings outside about job security and everything else? How do you process that? How do you process that with your staff in particular and as leaders or at state? And what do you have in terms of response for the fan base that seems to be kind of backlashing?
I think when we ask our players, and I go back to a mantra of keeping the main thing and what we can control this week is a preparation. And so start with us as coaches, preparation, always dig in deeper, find the best positions to put these guys in, coming up with plans schematically that give us the best chance. Think about the energy asked for our players Tuesday through Friday, getting ready, asking the same thing of coaches. And, we just not modeling the way. And it starts with myself to the staff of modeling this consistent approach with optimistic through the week. 8 straight is a tough road. There's no other way to say it. It is tough. And that just doesn't mean, well, what's the alternative? What, you just quit, you run, you start blaming it others? It's like, no, keeping the main thing. This week we've been going at it. We deeply believing in these guys, and we want it for them to come out on the right side of the scoreboard, and that's the approach this week.
John, to go off that, I guess, just how confident are you that you, the staff, will be back in this position next year?
Yeah, I think in this landscape of college football, what it is, that's always a solid question. When you look across the country and the changes are in moving, and that's why I go back to understanding that each time you sign up college coaching nowadays, it's a week-to-week thing, and we got another week to go do it. I'm still really confident in the people that are in the building right now. Obviously, we got to find ways to get things better, and excited about the opportunity to keep doing them.
Has it been communicated in black and white to you about future?
No.
Is that about unhelpful in some ways on signing days next week? And
Yeah.
more of the plans might be in place?
Again, you go back to this approach and you understand the landscape that you're in. And so that's where we're locked in on tomorrow's practice and headed toward this game. And on the recruiting side, we've been working on that for a year, right? On a recruiting class and relationship building. And then you could forecast in the next couple of months how much the rosters are fluid, right? And the opportunity that is January for us.
Firstly, what is Eddie Child's status now for the last?
I'm hopeful. Was that clear in this last Saturday? I'm hopeful that he will be clean this.
Would he play?
Potentially, yeah. I mean, and I would love. Again, both those guys got some trust in them. Their skill sets are a little bit different, and so both guys are available this Saturday. There's a chance, yeah. Well, we're getting me.
In the bigger picture, how stunned or disappointed or shocked are you at anything that this has fallen apart like it has so far? You didn't expect this.
Yeah, we did not anticipate having a stretch like this, no question. Understood, though, that how difficult this league is, right? And it is tough to win. Sometimes, it's tough to win. It's easy to lose. So 1 or 2 plays really can set a game in the wrong direction. And we put a stretch into it. I look at it, 2 of the last 3, we've got the lead with under 2 minutes. And so, it's tough to win. You got to be able to finish out, and every detail matters out of all three fakes.
Are you confident that you and your staff, if given the opportunity, can turn this thing around in the future?
Yeah, 100%. Again, been through some tough times before. Went as a previous head coach into the spot, as an assistant. Some of the momentum culturally where we're at, really confident. I think we had a clear idea of where we need to improve. And so excited about that opportunity.
I'm wondering, basically through 2 years here, what have you found about I don't want to say difficulties, but maybe some of the challenges of a Michigan State job, and what you've kind of seen from the fan base? Because obviously their passion for the situation is kind of been bubbling a little bit, but wonder what you see about this different, maybe some other ways you bet.
Yeah, I've been to some places where there's a passionate fan base, and I think that's a good thing. I think that's what you want, is to have a passionate fan base. And so with what comes with that, right, when it doesn't, you don't get on the right side of the scoreboard, it's going to be a passion in the direction you don't want. But it's not like you can pick and choose here. And so there's still a lot that is really good about Michigan State, the historic of the program, the location, the conference it plays in, when that Spartan Stadium is packed and going, it's a great home field advantage. There is a lot to like about Michigan State.
Just out of curiosity, are you now restricted by the 74-day trail roster because this would technically be able to be? Is that?
No, it's being treated as a neutral site game, and so 74 will be on the side right here.
Is there any particular moment in your career, whether as an assistant or a head coach, that you draw on specifically to the moment that you're in right now as far as getting the team up?
Well, I don't know, but get the team up. But yeah, been through this. Been coaching over 2 decades now, and yeah, they haven't won every time they lined up. You've been on a losing streak before. You draw on all those experiences, me individually, but also the staff, both of these coaches. Like I said, these guys are pros that have been through this. It's not easy. You find you're always trying to find answers. That's been the same approach. And then that's why I go back to the culture we got around. It's not all just about pointing blame at one direction. Siding the ball, individual person. It is a group effort to win in and to lose.
Well, next you. Sorry, please. Kind of on the flip side of that, what if lost 8th road, you see all the work that goes in it. I think the team have been playing hard, coming back each week if they were the best. How gratifying and satisfying to be to get that moment of the locker at the end of the season after which I know the fans probably, not a bowl game, but like internally, I would have to think that could be a ton in just the good feat.
Yeah, without question. Winning, that's what we signed up to do, is to win ultimately. And so, yeah, for it to be very gratifying for all the work that this group has put in. Think about that, those players in the locker room, yet you want them to come out on the right side because they deserve, in a lot of ways, the effort they put in. Now we got to get 60 minutes to prove that. But yes, going out on a way would be huge for the guys.
Just want you where you guys are sort of pointing some things on special teams. When you look at a couple of some of the returns there, but a couple of bad blocks lately. They just wondering different games, different things. Where sort of your review is at there and just try to, because in the first month of the season it was a super clean, operation, and we're no sort of strength it has at different times and hasn't been lately.
Yeah, I think there's multiple facets to it. One will get on tape, right? People recognize what we're doing and then challenging that. A couple of injuries here or there with mixed guys in. We need to execute it better. Sometimes it comes down to the athletes out there. This last week, it's a good player. We got 2 true freshmen that have had really good reps covering. And then there's a couple of them we need to get the guy on the ground. We don't do it. So it's the mix of some of the issues there, and we want to tighten it up to finish well this Saturday.
Also curious what you've been hearing and seeing from Nick. It just sort of seems like he's been a little out of sorts lately, not just the production, but he has a drop. He's put the ball on the ground a couple of times. Is he fully healthy? Is he fully engaged? And sort of what are your conversations or observations with he?
My observation, this means a lot to him. I think he is playing really hard, maybe pressing to an extent. We haven't talked deeply on that in any way, but I just know he's deeply passionate about this thing. He wants to make a difference in the game. And I think on a couple of snaps over the last few weeks, that might have held him back a little bit.
Over here, so you've been in just about 2 calendar years, and it's come up earlier this year. Like, the clock is kind of sped up in this era of conflict. Like, when it's this uncertain 2 years in, do you really think that's kind of like a reasonable timeline for you to be in the turnaround variant? So what the?
Yeah, reasonable timeline, this and that. Yes, it's sped up. The landscape, understanding the competitiveness. There's a financial component to this, understanding that. I know that establish us in a deep culture and going about things that doesn't happen in a microwave. At the same time, it's not, we gotta put this thing in a slow cook, take forever mentality, 6-7 hours versus 30 seconds of microwave. And so I say it that way just to understand the landscape we're in, but I do think there's some steps in building that are really important for our foundational culture. And we've been doing that approach. So I go back to, this season where we're at. We've short in half the games that we've been right around. If those are on the other side, I think we're celebrating a lot of things. We came up short half the games that were really, really tight. Therefore, we got to get ourselves way more competitive. And that's how the year's gone.
Couple of times you mentioned the financial component. We've seen, obviously, Theo as a coach, he's faced criticism in the country, but we've seen others, including Mike Loxley. I think he's year 8. They lost 7 straight, and he's coming back with the announcement bill, significant invested in the roster. Just what do you think of that direction they're taking as opposed to some of the others?
Yeah, obviously really locked in on those guys this week, and so I can't speak deeply on knowing their exact situation. I do know, like, as a good football coach, just looking at the tape, it's the schemes they're running, proficient offense year in, year out, looking at them defensively where they created, but I can't speak deeply to their kind of all aspects of their situation. Besides, I got a lot of respect for a guy who's been in this league for a long time and does a lot of your things.
We've talked so much about your future. I'm wondering about maybe the future about some of these players that you've gotten, especially the young guys. Seems like we've talked about Punty. Keyshawn Williams has kind of shown out the last few weeks more than what you've seen with him. And maybe some of the other young guys that are coming along that maybe even get a look this week or whatever their future may hold.
Yep, Keyshawn's a good example. You talk about a guy contributing, especially in the back half of the season. As who's a true freshman. We're getting some meaningful reps out of guys that have bright future. I think about the 2 redshirt freshmen starting O linemen that we're running out there. The redshirt freshman quarterback, we've got Brandon Tullis, year 2, doing this. Aiden West, true freshman, out there battling and making some real plays. There is a good contingent of guys that have bright futures in front of them. That, if we want to be coaching for a long time around here, it can really push us over the top over the next year.
Busting Steve. You guys have faced a lot of good quarterbacks this year at different sort of seasoning levels. As a young guy at Maryland, one of you so it sets him apart when they say we.
You make all the throws, competitive, athletic, can move around, extend the play, doesn't take a lot of sacks. And that's, he sacks, again, 11-man football, but the quarterback avoid throwing it away. Well, for a true freshman, he plays at a high level. He's really talented.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank that.